Okay, looks like ads are over. Not that OBS would ever tell me, but I think we're good. Looks like the bitrate is all over the place, kind of, but it's stable. Not sure why it's trying to be so high. And it looks like everything is working. Cool. Let the Linux chaos begin. It actually begun yesterday. Okay. Why does it think my bitrate is fucking unstable, bro? God damn. Can we just start over with software in general? Especially streaming software. Is that good or is that still too high for you, Twitch? Still too high. Or no, I don't know. Okay, now my bitrate is good, apparently. I just needed to reload my browser window. You know, a stream manager that you're supposed to use while you're doing other stuff live needs to be reloaded in order to show you the most accurate information. Even then, it's not accurate. But yeah, it needs to be reloaded to give you the most accurate information. So I was kind of downloading a bunch of games earlier, so let me close Steam. Hello, Curse Devil. And alright. I'm on Linux. Unfortunately. I'm also very yellow. I'll kind of adjust that a little bit. I should probably upgrade my lighting a little bit and get something a little more manageable. OBS on macOS is shit. OBS on Linux is also shit. It's not amazing. Really, the only place I've seen where it works like decently is Windows. Let's just hope that maybe they, with Steam OS, they wanna, fix it a little bit before the GameCube comes out, and they'll show it a little bit of love, and then maybe the Mac version will get the crumbs of that and then get slightly better. But yeah. OBS on anything but Windows is bad. OBS on Windows is decent-ish. Even then I've heard a lot of complaints, but I don't know. I think it's mostly fine. I don't have that many problems with it as I do on Linux or on Mac. It's Windows, Linux, well actually it's like Windows, Linux, Mac. Except the Mac problems are so much worse that sometimes it makes it like straight up unusable for streaming. Oh well. Linux OBS can't even play my capture card smoothly. Every 15 minutes it goes down to 5 FPS, while on Windows it's always butter smooth. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Another thing, like my desktop. How do I even show my desktop on Linux? I'm not entirely sure, but this thing is from a game that, well, it's kind of a tech demo at the time, but it is a game. It's going to be a game, a successor to Kerbal Space Program called, what did I just do? Called Kitten Space Agency. And I tried it, and I wanted to record it, and it was recording at like less than 1 frame per second. It was like a frame every 2 seconds or so. So I couldn't record it. And then I'm not doing that. Though that's probably because of the game. It's to call it early access is actually like not accurate. It's an alpha. And they called it not even a game, a tech demo. So I don't believe they spent a whole lot on optimization right now. And that probably is the main reason why that happened, but I have noticed a ton of lagging when it comes to most games on Linux where it just doesn't happen on Windows. Okay. Also, amazing news for my operating system. I downloaded my project, ARM toolchain, QEMU, all the dependencies that my project has, which aren't a lot, but there's some. And turns out, since I installed it on my other computers, and even on my old Linux version, because this is a new, fresh install, they've made a few changes to QEMU. And it is now much stricter when it comes to alignment on ARM. And that, it is a pain in the ass. Because I launched it and immediately I got a crash. Actually, in this very driver. So I'm using the 9P device that VirtIO provides and that QEMU implements in order to talk between Linux and my operating system and share files between them. And every single command that you send to this device has the same header. And the header looks like this. It has a 32-bit size. It has an 8-bit ID, and it has a 16-bit tag. And you create it with an alignment of a kilobyte, essentially a page alignment. It has to be aligned to at the beginning of a page. Maybe not. Some commands do, some others don't. For the sake of simplicity, I make them all aligned to the beginning of a page. But when you write to the size, you're writing to address 0, which is aligned to a byte boundary. Cool. When you write to ID, you're writing to address 4, because it's the 4 bytes from the 32-bit value. So 0 plus 4. Cool. When you write to the tag, it's the 4 plus the byte for the ID, 5. And 5 is not aligned. So that means that every single command for this device would cause an alignment fault in the new version of QEMU. Every single last one of them. So I saw that and I tried to come up with using this write unaligned function that I have, which just writes byte per byte, which is slower than writing 2 bytes at a time, like I'm supposed to be doing. But it solves the problem. Except, of course, this is 2 bytes. So whatever comes after the header is going to be aligned at 7, which is also not aligned. So every single packet is going to be unaligned. Everything you do with this device is completely unaligned by design. It will cause a segmentation fault by design on the new version of QEMU, who are also the same people who have implemented this device. Why that is a thing, I don't understand. I don't understand why alignment faults are a problem on ARM, to be honest. Like, that's stupid. But it's also stupid that, you know, it happens on QEMU. When this is a QEMU only device. So, like, if you just didn't implement that, you wouldn't have this problem. Like, sure, it wouldn't be 100% correct, but who cares? I don't know. Essentially, all of these writes, these 3 here, I would have to do using the write unaligned function. Then all of these, all of these, all of these, this one, and this one actually, these 3. And that's only for the commands that I have implemented to read files. There's more commands that I haven't implemented yet. And honestly, it's by design. The main issue here is the 9p protocol having this unaligned header that is a 7 bytes and not having any padding at the end of it. I'm not sure if they added padding at the end of it, but I doubt that they did. So why would you create a header that is 7 bytes? That is going to cause so many alignment issues. Just put a reserved value here to align it, and that's it. That's all you need to do. But that's not a thing. So for the time being, I'm just not using the latest version of QEMU. Oh well. I'm using a version from August, which is when I first installed QEMU on this computer and it was working. So I'm using that version. But if I used the correct version, then or the latest version, then I would have to, this device would not really be unusable, but I would have to change its code to be a lot stupider. I don't know how else to put it, just a lot stupider. And I'm not interested in doing that. 8 bits are mainstream. Yeah, they weren't really always mainstream, I guess, but like Plan 9 is from the 90s, not the 70s. If it was a Unix relic, I would understand, but this is not a Unix relic. This is literally when they decided, hey, you know what, we're done with Unix, let's do the next thing. And they were like, let's align this on a 7-byte boundary. This is a good idea. Ah, Jesus. Anyway. Sucks. I wish maybe for oh, memory's back to being expensive. We've gone full circle. I wish for devices you could turn off alignment faults. That would be the easiest thing to do. If memory is mapped to be device memory, then don't fault on addresses, because I'm talking to devices that require this type of alignment. Even if it breaks this rule, which is honestly kind of arbitrary. I don't think that played. Whoops. Stream alerts was turned off. Stream alerts? Sound alerts. Whatever it's called was turned off. Let me test that it's working now.
N.
Yeah, that's working. Okay. Well, whatever. That's what I was dealing with at 1 a.m. But I reverted back to an old version of Kirimu, and now I am able to, run my system properly in a very tiny window. I need to change this default, but it runs, works well. You can see a picture of my dog on it. Works well. Sadly, I don't have source tree anymore. God damn it. Not sure if I should commit this. I mean, I guess I should. It just kind of sucks that I have to do this in the first place. 7 bytes, bro, come on. That alone makes me not want to implement 9p. And just make my own damn thing. I was thinking of doing like a dialect of 9p like you can do in Virtio, but no. Well, not in Virtio, in the 9p protocol. I'm not used to pressing the right key, but there we go. Is everything... God damn it. Are you serious? Alright, hold on. Well, fucking GitHub. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I cannot authenticate without going through a bunch of configuration, which I thought I already did, but clearly I didn't. Anyway, great job. I love the way that software works nowadays. Everything is so easy, simple, and you've really taken advantage of modern hardware and software capabilities. Big tech. Great job. Embrace AI. Anyway, I guess all changes are gonna stay here until I figure this out. I'll maybe take a look at it at the during the ad break, but yeah. Download GitHub Desktop? No. No. Is that even available for Linux? Desktop. It's for Windows only. Oh wait, there's a download for Mac too, but not Linux. Anyway, I'll just figure it out. Just why the fuck won't you let me log into my own goddamn system? When I'm supposed to be doing this through SSH. I set it up for SSH and it doesn't work. What do you want me to do? It's on Linux too. It doesn't look like it is. Oh, it just downloaded it, huh? Okay. Also, the macOS version is for x64. Most Macs nowadays are not even x64 anymore. GitHub. Microsoft. What can you possibly expect from them? Okay, well, another thing I need to do is my little to-do list is on my other computer, so I need to go get it. Here, if I'm not mistaken. Why is it not here? Damn it. I distinctly remember downloading it. Oh, I already had this. Whoops. Oh, I need to bring this back. I already have it. Yeah, I don't know where I left my to-do file stuff. Could it be any of these? What day was yesterday? Yesterday was the 28th. These are all from October, so no. I remember downloading it, but apparently it's not here anymore. Oh, okay, I moved it. Okay, here it is. Hack game? No. Trying to find. This is the one for the hack game. I want the one. Is it in here somehow? Well, I don't have my little blackboard that I've been drawing on. I saved it, and I don't know where I saved it anymore, so it's just gone. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I put it in the operating system project folder for whatever reason. But let me see if I can merge the two. So I'm just gonna open. I just put it here. And then paste. Cool. I'm just gonna zoom out real quick, and I'm gonna move this stuff. They hate that I have only one board, but I am not about to let that stop me. There. That's the game stuff. That's for tomorrow. Also, yesterday I had a page where they were comparing Raylib and SDL. I see that it is now gone from my tabs. Cool. Happy to see that. It's probably my history, but come on, man. Why are you deleting my shit? Okay, well, if this is accurate and up to date, it should have. Yes, it does. Here's what I'm working on. I'm on the FS refactor branch, this one right here. And on this branch, I've been working on several fixes for the way that my file system works. Like, the file system is already divided into modules. Each module is mounted to a different directory inside of the root. And each of them handles opening, closing, reading, and writing their own files. But I kind of standardized the way that they do that. Yesterday I implemented closing files. I had a really shitty moment where I inverted a condition and then it wasn't working. But eventually I figured it out. Because I'm smart like that. Thinking any problem that you put in front of me, I'm going to solve eventually. I have two things left to work on for the file system. The first one is listing contents of a directory. There's technically a function for it, but it is a little bit limited. Is this what I was looking for? I don't know. The thing is, I googled it. Okay, I'm complaining about losing a Google search here. I googled it. I literally just googled Raylib versus SDL, and then I opened. There it is in green. Okay, so is it the same one? Yes, it's that one. Also, this Reddit thread and this one, and I guess also this one. And I guess I'll also open this one. I'm literally complaining about losing a Google search, by the way. Like it's not that big a deal. But yeah. Okay. So yesterday I implemented closing files. Today I want to implement listing files. There's already basic implementation of this, where actually. How is it possible that only on this computer there is a compilation error because of a missing definition of string.h? Oh, hold on. Maybe it's a change that I made on the other computer and I didn't commit. Kind of weird, but no. Why are these errors popping up out of nowhere? What the hell? And they're not even wrong. They're right. Just like, why? Was string.h included in another include? Maybe. Which one of these could it possibly be, though? Async. Disk fat. I mean, that seems like the most likely explanation. Just like, why did it start crashing randomly? I mean, just failing randomly. Is it also happening on this computer? I'm just confused by this, but it is correct. It's nothing super weird. It's just a matter of like, how did I not catch it? Yeah, it happens here too. I must have made some change that I didn't commit on my other computer. Maybe it's worth me looking into that. Alright, so it's gonna take a second. On GitHub, it's in syscalls. Shouldn't be in syscalls. But let me check. Here's source tree. Working tree is clean. I'm not sure how this is happening. Like yesterday I was compiling stuff just fine. But maybe doing it with a clean is leading to this. I don't know. Also, this one is not importing syscalls at all. This one's not including anything except for types. And this one Unless it's the MMU or something. I don't know, but anyway. Process. Loading dwarf. Oh, is this the memory access maybe? I'm seeing this file in both of them. Shared STD memory access. Pretty sure it used to be here maybe. No. This is really weird. But yeah. I am making my own kernel, yes. Driver base. Could be driver base. Do I do git merge main? Merge conflict in file system. Got it. In file system, that's where it was being imported. Understood. It was in the file system, most likely. I'm just surprised they didn't catch it. But fair. Alright, that's it. All of them? All of them, I think. Here it is, actually. No. This works, so. Yes, I added this, and I added this, and what's your problem? You have unmerged files. Shouldn't I do a Are you happy now? There is still a problem because OS, FS, red OS, bin. No, not in here. Bin directly here. Cat, move to trash. There you go. All right. All that's fixed. But for what I was going to explain. Right now I am listing the contents of a directory using, like, these are being listed with the contents of a directory, but it is very limited. You have to request a specific amount of data, and if there happens to be more data than you're requesting, there should be a way for you to request the next part of the data. So do it in a paged way, in a way, but that's currently not a thing. It needs to become a thing. So today we're gonna make it a thing. All right. There's actually one place. This read there is implemented. Well, there's a few places, but not that many. Not sure why this one is implemented. There's nothing in this directory. Might as well simplify that code. You can read the contents of a directory inside of the FAT32 and shared library with 9p. And then you can list the total processes that there are using list processes. I need to install Clang on this before I move forward. List processes, which is kind of limited right now. All right, so let me start with Clang because that's the most important thing. LLVM VS Code extensions. Do I trust? Yes. Cool. Now my project lit up with a million errors. So that's a good sign that it worked. Yeah. I was using Bear to then make it work. I think it's this one. Which one of this? Not sure which one. Oh, this one's cute. I'll use this one. That just works out of the box Linux experience. This one. Man, what in the name of fuck am I looking at here? Alright, here it is for Ubuntu. Which version of Ubuntu am I even on? Bro. Will this work? It's always worth a shot before wasting time. There we have it. Then there's some extra configuration on Clang, which I'm also going to take from my laptop. Settings, here it is. All right. Bear, it's like this four-legged furry animal that it creates a compile or commands JSON something. I don't know, it creates a JSON file that Clang then uses to understand how your project works. Compile commands, that's what it's called. And there. It says that I have a bunch of errors, but not, a bunch of warnings, but not a bunch of errors. About this one, there should be a way to make it not warn you about unused includes, but I forgot how to do that. Somebody told me in chat once and I kind of forgot. Maybe it is a setting, not an argument. Check for updates, detect extension conflict, cover, fallback. No, doesn't look like it's anything like this. Oh well, I guess I'll have those warnings occasionally. It's fine. All right. So, in listing the contents of a directory, I have to make it not modular, just paged. Paged is the word for it. That shouldn't be too difficult. It's currently implemented in 3 different places. 9p, FAT32, and I don't know, the other thing. The process one, which is literally where I was going right now. This function right here. Clang D file. Oh, that's how it was. Okay, thank you. Let me see if I have that here so I can copy it. I don't. I'm pretty sure I had it in my old Linux distribution, which I deleted. I love that this person gave the answer. Okay, so this person... No, where is it? This person gave the answer for what they're asking, but not in the way that they're asking. Wait, never mind. This is the this is the question, not the first answer. This person gave the answer, but for something entirely different. This is what I want then. Oh, I just saw it in chat now. Whoops. VS Code is shitty. So even though I tried to create the file in the root directory, it created it inside of the current directory. You know what? New operating system, new code editor. Any suggestions? I'm not using one that needs a tutorial, by the way. Any suggestions that don't require me to use a fucking tutorial to understand how a code editor works? Anti-gravity. Isn't that the AI one? Actually, I don't know what it looks like. New operating system is when I switched over to Linux for development again. I was only using it for gaming. My god, look at this website. It's lagging. It's lagging the stream. We're at 50 FPS. The second I open one of these websites, OBS just fucking loses it. And I don't blame them. Because these websites are so poorly made. Is Angular still a thing? Because I'm assuming then Google is using that because they made it. Our agentic development platform evolving the IDE into first agent first era. Looks like... Is this a fucking VS Code fork? What the fork? This is just VS Code. What the fuck are you talking about? These people look so miserable. Look at their fucking faces. Wait, not this guy. Hey, look at the first two. The last guy's happy. But this first guy's like... It's gonna be on their website. Everyone's gonna see my face associated with this shit. This other guy's like... Fine, just take the picture. They're probably AI generated. Let's be clear. Do they have names?
Let's be clear. We don't want to generate a bunch of code that is AI generated slop. No one builds large-scale systems or fully fleshed out products with slop. This is why
your fucking website lags my stream. You're calling this... These are the people that are telling us that they're not building slop. What a fucking... Just for this animation. This completely useless, stupid animation. And yes, they mentioned slop in an official marketing video with a clearly unwilling developer being held at gunpoint in front of the camera. What about this guy?
We know that writing code is often not the primary time sink for front-end or full-stack developers. The much more mind-numbing tasks are clicking around and typing the same things over and over to test the functionality or to make sure that your site is responsive to different screen sizes. This is why, in Anti-Gravity, there is such a focus on closing the loop between the editor.
I also just want to remind modern web developers that there are people using code editors for other types of code. Web is not the only platform that exists. Just FYI. And literally every other platform is better than web. Because... Do I need to scroll all the way up again to make my point? Yeah. Also, what is up with these screenshots? This is worse quality than when I make a short out of my stream clips and I enhance my camera and make it so much bigger that it loses a ton of quality. So this is actually lower quality than that. Just use a fucking AI to enhance it if you really cannot take a proper screenshot. Jesus. Alright, might as well listen to this guy. He's happy. Well, he's an enterprise developer. He gets paid a lot for doing nothing.
Any professional developer will tell you that context switching is one of the biggest reasons for lost time. Let's face it, we would love to block off a few hours to focus solely on the task at hand, but more often than not, there's some urgent bug report or one-off analysis request or some other task that interrupts the flow.
No, really, the main reason for interrupting your workflow is meetings, followed by being called into a blank room to advertise for AI slop. That is definitely not slop. It's insane how long that animation takes to load. It doesn't tank the FPS because now I have like a gaming GPU, like a 4080. I thought I had a 4070. I have a 4080 apparently. I didn't even know what I had, which is, by the way, AI enhanced. Just so we're clear. And even then, it tanks the stream. And for no reason. What's the point of these fucking animations, bro? Okay, it's only losing 2 frames per second, but come on. For developers, achieve new... I thought... I mean, I understand what you're going for with the sentence structure here, but it's kind of stupid. You could say for developers to achieve new heights, and for organizations to level up your entire team. It sounds a lot more like fluent than when you say for developers. Achieve new heights. For organizations, level up your entire team. Is that Unity? That's the Unity logo, bro. What the fuck? That's a cube, but still, it looks like the Unity logo. If you're gonna make the text, there are technically two different colors. Like the Achieve New Heights is a slightly darker, slightly lighter color. It's a gray, whereas for developers is black. But it's such a small difference that you cannot tell. So really, it just looks like one sentence that doesn't make sense instead of two sentences. You know who made the UX for this website. I mean, what, not who. Nano Banana Pro in Google Anti-Gravity. Nano Banana Pro? Is that a fucking... It's a model, okay. What kind of name is Nano Banana Pro? It reminds me of that song from like American Horror Story. Download Google Anti-Gravity for Linux. Well, if your website would only let me and wasn't lagging my entire system, I would not do that. What is this gigantic fucking name? Experience liftoff. Anti-gravity. Why are you yelling at me? What the fuck? Who made this website? Who made this browser? Who made this? Who made these fucking videos? Who held those poor guys at gunpoint? Why would you do any of this? Let's explore the use cases at this point. By the way, I am taking genuine suggestions for a better code editor that isn't VS Code. Although, seeing that even Anti-Gravity is powered by VS Code, I think I'm most likely gonna tomorrow figure out like which library I'm gonna use for cross-platform and make my own damn thing. Because I have to do my own damn thing anyway, so might as well. Professional. At its core, Anti-Gravity is still a fully featured AI IDE, but the Agent Manager provides a new mission control surface for background blah 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 blah. My god, shut the fuck up. Zed with the AI turned off. Feels pretty VS Code. I mean, if it feels like VS Code, I'm happy for that. Can you stop putting the word AI everywhere, bro? Only Twitter users want AI. Also, weren't we exploring the use cases? Why did you take me to this bloated menu? Right, let's see. I'm a professional, right? I'm a professional code writer. You can disable the AI. Yeah, that's the problem, is that I have to disable the AI. Again, it's mostly just a philosophical problem of like how you built your software with AI in mind and it opt out. Why would you do that? The common sense is lacking. For a second there, I got confused. I thought I was looking at Zed, and I immediately see the Visual Studio Code UI, and I was like, another one? Another clone? But no, I'm still looking at Anti-Gravity. Why professional developers choose Google Anti-Gravity? Should be just a picture of like an AK-47 here. That's the only reason. I'm not going with Vim. I downloaded NeoVim yesterday and then it was like, take this 30-minute tutorial or watch this 10-minute YouTube video, and that's just not how a code editor should work either. It's going too much in the opposite direction. Alright, let's there's not even anything important going on here. Here's the use cases. Well, we have an editor and the AI. And the AI understands your code base. The next one, you can use the browser. And visual artifacts and visual feedback. Okay, this one is actually relevant. Full stack. Artifacts and verification. Feedback. And manager to editor handoff. What even are you talking about, bro? Sublime text. How's Sublime doing? Lazy Vim? Bloated cursor. Yeah, somehow they made a Microsoft code more bloated. That's genuinely difficult. That is possibly the most impressive thing that Google has done since Google Glass. Which was not particularly impressive, but the bar is low. God, it's just so overcomplicated, bro. No, I'm not using a terminal editor. It's 2025. I genuinely need developers to understand. We've had UI since like the 80s. Was it Xerox that built the first UI? Since the 70s. And popularized since the 80s. Come on, people. We're past this. We're better than this. It's okay to use something that's easy to use, that doesn't require a ton of configuration and busy work. And isn't powered by AI. Vibe coding an operating system and yep. No, please. Let me close the anti-gravity tab. I already closed it. Okay, good. Zed, love your editor again. Why did I just go from one to the other? Also, someone messaged Sublime Text. I've heard of it. I used to use it back in the day. The only usable VS Code alternatives are Sublime and Zed. And Kate, which is for KDE Linux. Yeah, I need something cross-platform because I want to get used to one and then use it on my Mac as well. Written from scratch in Rust to efficiently leverage multiple CPU cores and your GPU. It's a code editor. How much do you need to leverage my fucking GPU? I mean, good, but just like... just how much are you doing in the background that you need all this performance? I'm scared. Immediately Anthropic likes it. Zed just works. That is a big selling point you got going on there. AI that works the way you code. Do you need to pay for all these AIs, by the way? Because most of them have a subscription model, right? So, are you just paying for like 50 different AIs? If you're like an AI-centered developer, are you just paying for multiple models? In the same way that I'm paying for like multiple streaming services to watch my favorite shows and movies. This is already hilarious. Mac, download now. Windows, download now. Linux. Use this fucking command, bro. Amazing. Let me see what Sublime is up to these days. It's been a long time. Looks cute. GPU rendering. Okay, genuinely, code editors are doing a lot more than I was expecting them to be doing because they all boast about like their GPU capabilities. I didn't know it was this deep. To run Zed now, just run this very simple command. How easy, how amazing. Let's go with Graph-Box and dark. I like this. All right. I like the way that it looks. Sublime also made their own Git GUI, Sublime Merge. Yeah, I just saw it there at the bottom of the screen. Base key map. Okay. There's also Atom. I forgot about that. Forgot that existed. Import settings from VS Code. Yeah. Okay. Let's open my project now. All right, so let me do... Oh, there's an ad going on right now. Hold on. I'm gonna wait for that to finish. I'm gonna see if I can fix my Git configuration, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, looks like I fixed it. Well, I should probably check on my laptop if I fixed it. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm gonna say what my plan is after the ad is over in a minute. But I'm gonna check out Zed and Sublime. Both of them today. Should I truly give Neovim a chance? You know what? Was it? Okay. Package. Windows, Mac, Linux. My God. Are you for real? I mean, if I'm checking out Neovim, I'm checking out Neovim. Not the lazy Vim config. Didn't realize I got it wrong. All right. Okay. Here's the plan now that we're back. Just gonna do this one once, right? For the next hour, I'm going to be using Neovim. The hour after that, I'm going to be using Zed. The hour after that, I'm going to be using Sublime. And we're gonna see which one I like best, which means the stream is gonna be at least 4 hours. Wish me luck. Cool. I am new. But I don't want to go through a fucking 30-minute tutorial. Are you serious? I'm regretting this. We're not doing lazy Vim. We're doing the full experience. Let's face it. All right, Neovim is a very powerful blah 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 blah. Okay, the commands in the lesson will modify the text, but those changes won't be saved. Okay, lesson 1, moving the cursor. Press H, J, K, and L keys are as indicated. Why? Why? Is that a thing? Yeah, I'm not looking to check out any, like, I'm not looking to do any configuration right now. I'm just looking to do to figure out how the fuck this works. essentially. Move the cursor around the screen until you're comfortable. Well, I did. All of a sudden, I started typing again. Hold down the down key until it repeats. It doesn't... What did I do? I already broke it. If you're ever unsure about something you type, press ESC to place you in normal mode. Then retype the command you wanted. Okay, I fixed it. Great. My god, what a pain in the ass. Alright, exit in NeoVim. Okay, I know that. We're not doing that. Text editing, deletion. Okay, hold on. Let's at least make it fucking full screen, because, like, what's the point otherwise? Almost as if the mouse was designed to make things faster. Text editing, deletion. Press X to delete a character under the cursor. Damn it. I didn't mean to delete that one. Okay, so I'm supposed to do it until the thing is correct, but I accidentally deleted. Hi, Jester. What's up, buddy? I'm supposed to do it until the sentence is correct, but I messed up the sentence because I deleted the wrong thing. I can smell the editor war that is about to happen. Oh, that's the point. It's for the engagement, you know, people fighting in the comments. Now that the line is correct, go to lesson 1.4. Text editing insertion. Okay, press I to insert text. Okay, so let's actually fix the sentence. Got it. Wait. Hadn't seen you over there. Nope. There we go. Cool. Appending. I'll start. Nano's better than Vim, Emacs, and Helix. If I have to edit something in the terminal really quickly, I usually go with Nano. I haven't tried Emacs. Maybe the stream is 5 hours. I'm gonna use Emacs as well. What the fuck? Let's go all out. Press A and type the necessary additions. Wait, I'm in cursor mode, right? So I need to... Wait, no, what? It does not matter on what character the cursor is on that line. It seems to matter. It feels to me like it matters. Nano for a quick fix is good, yeah. If not, I just do open the file. And it opens in like whatever text editor the operating system has, which is good enough, usually. Not lowercase. Why the fuck? Why? Isn't that what you wanted? Well, I don't care what the fuck they're trying to go for here. Exit this tutorial as you did. Add the shell prompt. Type tutor. No. Save with WQ. Lowercase is append when you close to word. Capital jumps to the end. I don't know about this. Alright, we're going to lesson 2 now. More deletion commands. Oh my god, why am I reading a fucking tutorial? You know what? There. Maybe I should have read the part of the tutorial about how to open files. Because that's what I want to do. Didn't I even quit out of it? Now I did. E? Alright, so chat is my tutorial, yeah? And also, I guess I need to go into the directory. I'm assuming I can do that from within Vim. So chat can be my tutorial, but also Firefox can be my tutorial real quick. Oh, E will work for both? Alright, why E? That's so counterintuitive. Oh, cool. Cool. Hey, Riley. Alright, what was I even doing? Because I don't think we're going to have a cute little... keeping this list always on the side, right? I don't think that's going to be an option. It has quick help, which is nice. Can I just straight up open something by doing... Not bad, okay. They thought of stuff. They're not as pedantic as I thought they would be. Okay, well, let me try to get something actually done. This is the wrong directory. I'm trying to do... No. Wrong folder again. I'm trying to list all the current processes into the listing directories, and I want it to work with... yeah, we're testing out new editors. I want it to be paged. So you ask for a certain amount of memory, you get that certain amount of memory, and you use an offset to specify how much what is it called? How much memory you've already read, how much memory you want to read from now on. So essentially just a paged thing. The way that I'm planning on implementing it is super simple. Essentially, when you open a directory, you keep that directory loaded somewhere on file. That's not really how it works though, is it? Because I don't want to have to open a directory. Oh god. VS Code is good. I agree, it's good. I'm just kind of tired of... It's kind of inconsistent in the way that it works. Yeah, it's going to be NeoVim, then Z, then Sublime. An hour each. Between ad breaks, I'm going to switch. The plan... I guess I am going to have to open directories. Though I can make that part implicit. Essentially, when you open a directory, I keep track of all the files that are in that directory, which are, you know, these files. Very normal file names right there. Right, so you request a certain amount, I give you a certain amount. And then you can request a certain amount starting from this point, and I'll just give you this. Not sure if there's an easier way to do it without having to load it every time. No, but the problem with this is that listing a directory should be... God, I don't know. I don't know how to implement this, to be honest. Nope. No, wrong editor. Wrong editor. Yeah. Like, how does it work when the directory changes in between writes? Which is already a question that I should be asking myself when it comes to files, but I'm not. Let me see how it's implemented in the first place and then bother with the rest. Can I scroll to the... Oh, no. Is this the best way for me to scroll? Can I? Okay, I can use mouse wheel. Cool. And yeah, it doesn't have any syntax highlighting or anything like that, but I'm not gonna bother with configuration until I decide that I like it. The fact that I cannot use the fucking mouse is already stupid. You're already losing me here. Control D and U for scrolling. If I can use the mouse wheel, I will use the mouse wheel. Again, there's a reason they invented the mouse, and it took off as an invention. Own kernel, yes. Helix. Oh yeah, someone mentioned that one yesterday. Okay, hold on. Maybe this is gonna take 2 streams. And I'll also open, just to keep track of everything, Emacs. We're doing an equal opportunity here. I'm gonna close VS Code and Sublime. No, that was Z. Yeah, so writing process. Where's the one for listing contents of a directory? I already lost it. Here it is. List processes. Oh, you can use the mouse. Oh, thank God. Oh God, thank God. All right. The only good thing about Helix is the easy integration with language servers. Well, VS Code has that, so I don't know. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is oh yeah, okay. If you're listing this directory, no, that doesn't work, right? If you're listing this directory, then it will give you a list of all the processes that currently exist. That list is put directly in the buffer that you are... It looks really weird when it's not full screened, I have to admit. Yeah, it gets a list of all the processes, and then it just iterates through the maximum number of processes, and it writes to the buffer, and if you don't provide enough memory, screw you, I guess. I feel like the mouse is a NeoVim thing. Not sure. But I'm assuming it's Neo for a reason, and this might be one of them. Again, the mouse exists for a reason. Like, we should have the mouse. Right click. Hey! How to disable mouse. I'm sure that's the first thing that people do when they install this shit. Oh god, okay. I fear that most of NeoVim's time will be spent designing how I'm gonna do this instead of actually doing it. And that kind of sucks for it, I have to admit. Because I'm trying to give them all an opportunity. But yeah, right now there's 0 checking to make sure that the contents of the buffer that we're trying to write to, there's enough space for everything. Which is what you might call a little bit of a buffer overflow vulnerability. Which video did you watch? I'm interested now. I don't have a whole lot. Okay. So I have to admit, I don't like... Oh, the part 1. Yeah, that's the most watched one. Oh, the entire process of designing how this listing file systems stuff is gonna work, I kinda hate it already. Everything about it is a pain in the ass. And also nobody cares about this because everyone cares about the the editor. The editor wars that I've started. Vim was one guy and he died and you couldn't keep working on it anymore? Well, that's logical, I guess. But that's sad. Did he die? Not sure. I know it was one guy, I knew that much. So anyway, I need to list the contents of a directory, and I need to do it in a way that the memory is provided by whoever is requesting it, because that's the way that my entire file system is designed and the way that my entire system is designed. When you want to request information from the kernel, you get that information into memory that you provide. But you don't know how much memory to provide. And a lot of the times, even I don't know how much memory to provide. So that kind of sucks. Without having to open the directories. That's another thing I want to do. I don't want to have to open a directory. That is dumb. In fact, I don't want to have to open a file at all, but kind of have to. Okay. Well, some APIs have a function like string length, give back the size of the buffer needed minimum. Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of hate the way that the entire thing is designed. That would require 2 calls, which I hate, but then so would this, which I also hate, but I don't know. Okay, let me just start designing and then considering. When it comes to listing processes, I can just create a static list buffer with a list buffer size. I don't think I'm even gonna need that. Because the list buffer size right now is hard-coded to the number of processes that there are and the maximum number of oh, this is not what I expected it to be. Is Vim inserted real tabs? They're gigantic. It feels like it's 8 tabs, but yeah, it is. 8 spaces, I mean. Based on the maximum number of processes and based on the, or even the current number of processes, I need to look at another file. Can I have 2 files open? Can I tab in some way or something? Or not sure. Not sure how to do that. VSP. Hey, you can tab. Amazing. Can I resize? I can select one or the other, but not really resize. Okay, I'm in this one, right? So I want to go into kernel, well, OS, kernel, process.h, boom. No, I wanted scheduler.h. That doesn't work. It created a new file called scheduler.h in the directory, doesn't it? No, it did go to scheduler.c, but that's a fucking... Oh, no, wait, never mind. I'm looking at the path for this one. Scheduler. No, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Do I have to type the entire path the whole time? There's gotta be a list of maximum number of processes. Have I not created that? Or maximum processes that currently exist? Apparently not. After pressing E, you can also press arrow up. Okay. That saves me a little bit of time, I guess. So I want to go to terminal. There's a maximum process name length, which I can use here, right? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Max proc name length. And that plus 4 is the list buffer size. That is the maximum amount of space that this buffer can possibly take up. Now, as to why you're indenting with 8 spaces instead of 4, that's ridiculous. But whatever. Okay. I've already wasted 30 minutes and I've only written like 3 lines of code. This entire thing is in fact menu what? Menu not defined for insert code. What do you mean? Can I not just copy? Yeah, okay, that worked. Look, I do expect this to work at some point, but I'm not sure how to do it. Like if I wanna... No, I can't do like shift tab to untab these. So we'll just have some weird indentation. I'm not gonna waste too much time on this right now. There is a learning curve with an editor like this, and that's stupid. But whatever. As long as the code is there. It is affecting my opinion of it, but whatever. Of course, you don't use buffer. Yeah, you don't. Fuck off. List. What I have to do is I have to... If a list buffer currently exists, I'm going to free the list buffer with the list buffer size. Then I'm going to allocate a new list buffer. Can I control F by any chance? I'm sure I can search in some way, but I don't know how. Right. S? Nope. I probably have a missing... That's not what I meant to do at all. Alright, how do I close this tab now? Search word? Oh, we're supposed to be working on this one. But now I'm on this one. Right, I gotta quit the old one, right? Okay. Then I can go here and search for kalloc. And I find it. Cool. So, will you let me Now I'm lost as to where I was working, but luckily it's right here. Right here, actually. The list buffer is kalloc for my page, proc page. What? How did I end up here? Can you please go back? Oh God. It's all so complicated and there's absolutely no reason it should be this complicated. Proc page. List buffer size. Align 16-bit. Mem priv kernel. Ask and then you if you fucked up. Okay. Yeah, okay, so NeoVim is not making it past the first phase. I'm sorry. There's no reason why an editor should be this complicated in 2025. Except for nostalgia at this point. Like, that's the only possible reason you could have for that. Oh? Oh, right. No, okay, this works, but with the double indentation. Oh, it respects the indentation if I do it like this. No, but not that. Not that. No, don't fucking do that. Can I do this? Well, maybe if I press the right key. No, I can't. Wait, I'm not in cursor edit mode, am I? All right, there we go. I did that. Oh, it's Control U for undo, and Control R for redo. Well, no, the fuck it wasn't. Well, no, maybe yeah. I don't even know. If I get this code to work in the next hour, it's gonna be a big deal. Indentation here is fucked as well. Whatever, at this point, whatever. Okay, so instead of writing to buff, I need to write to list buffer +4. I need to use the right pointer. And then list buffer count. There we have it. Cool, that was so easy. Wait, what if I want to delete this code? Why do you complain about everything I do? Menu not defined of it. Fuck off. I'm struggling so hard to not just leave it behind. I promised an hour to each editor and I have 24 more minutes of this. And I said, oh, I feel bad that I'm gonna spend more time designing than I am actually coding the thing that I'm doing. So I feel like I'm gonna be not checking out NeoVim enough. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I promised an hour, I'm gonna do an hour. I'm gonna be fair in that regard. I'm just regretting every second of it, okay? I was promised an hour of suffering. Yeah, but you promised me an hour of tutorials. So how do I select this whole thing and delete it? Yeah, why do you have that in the right-click menu if it needs to be configured? Good question. Since I didn't want to do lazy Vim, that's fair. V for visual mode to select? What? Oh? Oh! Thank you. Okay. Hey! All right. We're not going to do updating the buffer just yet, but if no list buffer, then we're going to call this function, which I called update list buffer. And then I am simply going to return the amount that you requested into the file that you requested into the buffer. It's going to be simple. So to do that, I need to check if the offset is bigger than the list buffer size. In that case, the offset is going to become in that case, we're just going to return 0. I'm not going to modify your offset for you. I'm not going to lie, I was also considering checking out like tiling managers a little bit, that kind of stuff. So tiling managers, tiling window managers is what I meant. That kind of interesting, you know, Linux configuration bullshit. I mean, stuff. I have to admit, I like the aesthetic of the editor. I don't like the editor the way that it works, but I like the very minimalistic aesthetic. I like the font. I like the look and feel of it. I enjoy that. I don't enjoy the terminal part of that. Then again, you know how much I hate the terminal, so what the fuck? Okay, that's check number 1. And if offset plus size is bigger than list buffer size, then we're going to reduce the size to list buffer size minus offset. Which is to say, if you are requesting something that would put you past the end of the buffer, we're just going to limit you to the end of the buffer. At which point, all I have to do is mend CPY into the buffer that you're providing from the list buffer plus offset the size. Bada bing, bada boom, and we return a pointer. And I mean the size that we've written. And I'm going to need to convert this to that to do the math. And then I'm going to need to, you know, once you get used to it, it's simple to use. I just feel like most editors are simple to use, you know, without needing so much configuration. Okay. How do I save? WQ, right? Can I just do W? Yeah. Cool. Okay, so far it doesn't look like a whole lot of mistakes. I just got that wrong. Bro, why don't you just go to the next window that I have open? Okay. It looks like I have correctly written code. It's not a given. Not just because of this, just in general, that's not a given. Okay, we're gonna go into kernel.c and we are going to right here list which processes are currently active. Space WL sounds like a fun one for you as well. What does that do? Or wait, what is that? What are you talking about here? List. Wait. See, now I need to know What was the command? It's in the chat somewhere. Haven't been a whole lot of messages. So VSP, which stands for Visual Space Partition. Obviously. See, I know Neovim. What the fuck? Okay, list directory contents. Of /proc with vertical split. SP for split, or does SP stand for something else as well? I then need to provide a buffer. So I'm going to create a buffer. I'm going to create a buffer that is going to be 2000, like that. I'm going to provide that. I'm going to provide its size. And then I am going to... There are I processes with the value of a uint32c pointer cast off the buffer. That's just going to tell me how many contents it has. Too few arguments. Oh, yeah, I forgot an argument at the end, which is the offset. So I'm going to go here. Enter would be so much better, but I kind of understand what they're going for with this, to be honest. I'm hating it less than I thought. I'm just still suffering because I don't know how it works. But once I learn a few commands, I understand how it works. Reason for switching to Ubuntu is that when I was working on my Mac, OBS was having issues. Reason for Vim, today I am checking out a few code editors to see if I like some as a replacement for VS Code. Too few arguments still? Wait, didn't I make that change? What happened? What happened to the change I made? Don't just ignore me like that. There are 0 processes. Ah, there's a bug. Alright, 15 more minutes of Vim. I'm not even disliking it. That's the worst part. That's the embarrassing part about this. I'm not even disliking it. Oh god. Let me put a little print. Indentation is all over the place, but again, configuration probably. Stupid, but configuration. Okay, I'm kind of getting used to it. I hate it, but I hate that I'm getting used to it, but I am getting used to it. No module for path. Fuck you mean no module for path, proc. Slash proc. Micro editors. Mouse works as expected. Control C copy, Control V paste, Control S save, Control Q quit. By plugin file manager, indent detection, find function, press F4, list functions. Interesting. That's the one that you told me about? Micro editor? It's in the list. So I'm gonna be doing this once per hour per editor every stream until I pick one. And then I'm gonna do the same for like tiling, for like window managers and shit. I don't know. I'm gonna end up being an Arch user by the end of this shit. I'm going to end up being indoctrinated into the NeoVim or Rust Linux cult. Watch it happen. Watch it happen. Genuinely, what do you mean? That slash proc is not found. No file no found file for path or whatever the fuck you were saying. Slash proc. Slash proc. i3 sway window manager. Okay, relax, all right? We're doing editors. This part I really hate. Can I not just look for something in the current directory? Maybe I can. The more time you waste with no reason. That's what I don't want to do. That's what I don't want to do at all. No module for path? Okay, can you tell me which path that is? Because like you've clearly fucked up at some point. Yeah, I know about Hyperland. I know about that stuff. Unfortunately. Wait, I'm going too far here. There are 0 processes, no module for path proc. What do you mean? See, I wish I could go into this function, but alright, this is where I start looking into. No, I went outside of the current directory. The current directory is not the one that the file is in. It's the one. It's the root of my project. That's kind of dumb. Also, why do I have a Zomboid folder in my my home? See, okay, so I got that wrong. It's so difficult to navigate. The navigation is the part that's hurting me the most. Sound a little weird here. Let me see if I can do this. Module mount and path. All right, print me that. No match between this and yeah, no, because I did that wrong. Hold on, that one's on me. It's not corruption, it's just the way that I printed is wrong. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god, it actually isn't a match. Because the module that I'm searching here is getting loaded here. So obviously that's never gonna work. So what I'm gonna wanna do is I'm gonna wanna do this. You let me. Happy about that. But wait, I wanna undo that. So that's what? Control U? No, that's not Control U. How much longer? 7 minutes. Oh my god. Paste it back. I wanna copy this out of here. Oh, just U without control. Okay. Oh. How did I do that, though? Why does it say RAR now? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I just messed it up more. Alright, there it is. The char. And if I read... No, so it wasn't R. What was the other key then to redo? Maybe that one was Control R? Yeah, that was Control R. Just get rid of this code. I'm expecting to already have it in my R by itself is replace. Ah, okay, got it. Here. No. Where's the init function for this? It's not super easy to navigate either. Switch process, start scheduler here. This is where I want to do this. Before switching a process. Which this function actually never returns, funnily enough. Paste. Hey, all right. I'm cheering for having pasted something. Holy shit. Oh, the current state of it all. The absolute state of it all. There are 4 processes. Okay, so I did what I wanted to do, I think. Which I don't need ukernel anymore. So I can just E into OS kernel process scheduler.c. I can keep 2 versions of the file open, right? That's pretty cool. I like the side-by-side, which I don't like it in most cases, but in these specific cases, it's useful. And that is nice to have. All right, so I'm requesting that. What if I want you to tell me the first process? So that would be buff plus 4, right? You guys joined the Vim cult? No, I haven't. Hold on. Hold on. Relax. There are kernel processes. Okay, so it's printing the name of the first process, which is kernel. That is correct. You can contribute by just making a pull request to the GitHub page, but read the contributing file. He hasn't suffered enough yet for the cult. Yeah, no. Is this like cigarettes? You hate it at first, but then you get hooked on it. Is that what it's like? Too mouse dependent still? Again, it's fucking 2025. I'm sorry for using two peripherals. I guess I am too mouse dependent, but like, cause it's a fucking thing that works. I don't know. Maybe it's because I wasn't born before the mouse was a thing. Sorry. Just not GitHub. Okay, let me test the offset stuff now. So if I request with an offset of 4, more than 2 monitors. That's another one. I only have 2 monitors. I don't have space for another one, but I was okay, so it works like I expected to. Seems like the offsetting works, and then yeah, it works like I expected to, and it was made in Vim. What the hell? This is so stupid. I didn't even change the text, but oh god, this is such a pain in the... Oh, you can do that. Okay, I was wondering. Okay. So, thank you, NeoVim. It's been cool. We are 1 minute away from being done with NeoVim. I'm sorry, but I'm robbing you NeoVim people of 1 minute. All right. Here's the editors that we're testing. We have VS Codium. I already know it, so that's cool. NeoVim. We have... I'm actually going to snooze the ad for a little bit, so I do this. Sublime. Z. No, not a tier list necessarily. Helix. Emacs. Also keep in mind anything that I'm like testing out multiple versions of something or multiple solutions for something, assume that I'm going to be making my own at some point or another, alright? So the plan is to get rid of VS Codium. I haven't checked these out, so I'm going to make them blue. NeoVim. Okay, so VS Codium does not move to the next level. NeoVim does. I have to say. NeoVim, congratulations. You make it to tier 2. Well, not tier 2. God, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, NeoVim makes it to the next round. Okay, that's what I mean. It makes it to the next round. And next up, we are checking out Bracket. Yes, next Bracket. Raw unconfigured Vim. Yeah, exactly. No, this is what I mean by next tier. Raw unconfigured experience first. Next round is configured. Third round is using it for a while. So NeoVim has made it to the next round. VS Codium is getting disqualified from the last round, essentially, because I've already been using it for a long time. I already have it configured. I already know how it works. NeoVim, you get me to configure you for next time. But not right now. Right now, I want to use a wheel of names. I'm going to put these in. I'm going to pick the next one. Sublime Z Helix. Sublime Z, Helix, Emacs. Why are you not muted? Z, Helix, Emacs, and Micro. All right. So we're going to take an ad break. And after the ad break, we are going to... Helix. Wait. It's going to be Helix, but... Helix. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing after the ad break, which we're going to take now. It's going to take 3 minutes. I'll be back in 3 minutes with a new editor and new code to write. We're back. And we've picked a new code editor in this unofficial code editor war. I've already checked out NeoVim. Wait, no, Helix 1. So I just deleted the wrong one. I just checked out NeoVim and made it to the next level. And now we're going to check out Helix, a postmodern text editor. Oh god, should I be wearing glasses for this one? After some playing around, VS Code better than Micro, which is better than Nano. If no GUI or VS Code available on Linux terminal, probably going to use Micro, but well. Interesting. Install now. The hour also includes the entire process, so downloading as well. If you make it complicated, that's your problem. You know, because they care about my opinion. Okay, we're on Ubuntu. Sudo apt fucking Linux, bro. I didn't even know you could delete stuff like that. Am I learning how to use the terminal? This is getting scary. For online resources for learning an operating system, I would suggest OSDevWiki. It's osdev.wiki, or the one that works more often, but they're the same website, wiki.osdev.org. Or neither one of them is working apparently. Not sure what's going on with that, but there they have a beginning section that has some useful information for you there. Update, if I remember how to spell that. And then install Helix. Okay. Didn't I install Helix? HX? Oh, when installed from the extra repository. Okay, so I was reading only this part. That's my bad. Oh, it's another... Oh, it's a... Oh. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be a UI. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Oh. The worst part is this was the last suggestion that someone threw in like 30 minutes after I went through all the suggestions. So god damn it. What do you mean registers? Microsoft's head of AI doesn't understand why people don't like AI and doesn't understand why he doesn't understand because it's pretty obvious. Shocking. Right? What are registers, my brother in Christ? Are storage locations for text and other data, such as a result of a search. Registers can be used to copy, cut, paste, similar to the clipboard in other text editors. So you took something that's like built into most text editors and you made it my problem. I like that. I like this. Oh, I was already in the folder. Okay. It's funny how that is a real headline. Please paste. Oh, I don't think you can, but maybe in Twitch. I know you have Twitch as well, so maybe you can paste it on there. I'll check it out later. Okay, I need to look now. So that first thing was the I don't want to commit anything that I'm doing. Okay, I need a minute. I need a minute. Damn it. You're making me go to VS Codium, bro. Are you serious? All right, so all the indentation shit that NeoVim did, I now have to fix. So I just quickly do that. And then check. I'm just gonna stage everything, okay? Just for the sake of being fast about this. I'll do a proper commit later, because I don't even have a Git editor right now. I don't like using the command line for commits. Microsoft's head of AI doesn't understand. I love the emoji. Why people don't like AI, and I don't understand why he doesn't understand, because it's pretty obvious. This is the perfect picture. Amazing work. Yeah, I want to read that article later. But right now, what I want to do is I want to go to the next step, which is open kernel. Okay, I like this. I like this. File system. And then, can I not select the file? No, I can't. But can I select from here? No. Virtio 9p PCI.cpp. Okay. Already has some cute colors. I like it more than Vim because I'm a fan of purple. I'm a purple enjoyer, so what can I possibly say? Okay. This is the function that I want. List. No, this is not the one. There's actually one. Wait, actually, this driver might already have what I needed. There's a chance I won't even have to write any code for this part. List content, here it is. Okay, so I'm creating that. I'm creating a buffer for the response that 9p is going to send me back. So the device itself is going to send me back. I'm sending the command, I'm freeing, and then I am doing the buffer stuff. I'm not using the offset for anything, am I? No, I am sending the offset. Okay, so funnily enough, the 9p driver and the 9p like protocol works in the same way that my file system does. Not really funnily enough, because I copied the way that theirs work, which is why mine works the same way. It's not a funny little coincidence. It's done on purpose. But at the beginning of my buffer, I write the amount of files. Then what do? I keep this right pointer, which is where you start writing strings. I then copy into it based on the name length. I skip that. I write a 0. I move on to the next string. Cool. So that... yeah, it's funny. They both work in the same way. This is not NeoVim, this is Helix. I like it more than NeoVim already. Not gonna lie. But I'm doing this in rounds. So they both work in the same way. You provide the buffer that's gonna be written into, and an offset. And then the problem with that is that you have to they're different. The responses are different. And because the responses are in a different format, I need to do the translation. And that means that it's not so simple for me to just do like, just send me data from here to here to fill this buffer with the specific data that I want. It's not that simple. There's a whole translation process that makes it just impossible. Oh God, what a pain in the ass. So the best thing I can do is create a buffer that tells me the same thing I was doing before, creating one buffer that actually contains the contents of the directory, the entire contents of the directory, and then copy from that into whatever buffer is being provided by whoever is requesting the information. That's such a pain in the ass, but it's probably the best way to do it. The problem is 9p does not provide me with a hard-coded or simple way of knowing how much memory I need ahead of time in order to provide the contents of a directory. So, fuck you for that one, I guess. .9p is a file system protocol to allow you to do file system over the network. That's part of Plan 9, Unix successor from the 90s. Wait, all of these are written in Lua? Seriously? I would have thought C or C++. What the hell are you doing with Lua? Or just the plugins are written in Lua? So the way that my file system works is fragmented. The way that their file system works is fragmented. And because they're completely different, I need to take their fragmented file system, turn it into one big buffer that contains the entire contents of the file, and then fragment that into my interpretation of it. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, so I'm going to request a page's worth of memory. If that's not enough, then I must somehow let you know about that. Oh my God. Okay. Let me think about it. You're going to request, I don't know, 100 bytes of the list directory. And I'm going to give you 100 bytes of information, which I should request the entire directory. Keep it in my memory, accessible only to me. What a pain in the ass, Jesus Christ. Maybe the way that it works right now is okay. worth checking how it works right now, I guess. Space plus F. Open the file. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's literally every file, though. That isn't amazing. Cool to know that I have 346 files in my process. In my operating system, I mean. Almost one per day of the year. Except, not really, because it hasn't even been a year since I've been doing this project, but... that is cool. That is cool. I like it more than Vim already. Okay, here I am requesting 1,000 bytes. Let me request... no, not 1,000. That's 1,000 hexadecimal, which is... okay, that works in the same way. Cool, 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 cool. It works very similar to Vim. The space mode has lots of nice features. Open jump list picker, symbol picker, workspace symbol picker, diagnostic picker, perform code action, open last picker, debug experimental, yank selections to clipboard, yank. All right. At least it's not yoink. All right. Can I still save with W? Yeah. Oh, that's what W stands for. I hadn't even thought about it. All right. What happens if I request only 100 bytes, which is probably not going to be enough? That's not 100 bytes. That's 256 bytes, which could be enough. Okay. Let me request 16 bytes, which is definitely not going to be enough. Yeah, I feel like yank is just cut. I remember Plan 9 also had a weird word for write. Yeah, for that. Okay. I request 16 bytes and it's not enough information. Cool. So... now... can I move to another line? Like... not seeing it. Oh, you can do this. No, I mean like in VS Code, what I usually do is I do Alt key and this moves above this. So that's kind of what I'm going for. This opens the command palette. Oh, interesting. Okay. Move left, move right. Oh, so this, right? No, move char left. No. I want to move the entire line up and the line that is above below it. The scroll doesn't work here. Select current line. If already selected. Okay, how does this work? Fuzzy search. Okay. Oh, cool. It's kind of not super helpful. Are you serious with this search? Are you serious? Actually, this is one of the features that I miss the most in Xcode. I don't know why it looks like that. You probably have to configure it to a certain extent. I'm assuming you have already configured it better. Insert before selection, enter selection mode, open, global, select, forcefully right. Look, okay, and let's not waste too much time with this. I want to select this. I want to yank it. So, yanked one selection. Okay, so yank is copy, not paste. And then I want to... There's no right click on this one. Paste. That is better than mine. What the fuck? Why does mine look like that? Okay, then that's what I want. Tab works fine. Giving me the size. Red size is this. And now, how do you select to the end of the line again? This one's working fine. I don't know what happened there with line. This is, now it's fine. I don't know, a glitch there. No, here it is as well. It's doing the same thing. Look at that. Because it's the word line select is there, but not really. Except it's actually supposed to be line select. Not line select, but... Bro, I just want to select a line. This is so weird. Look, your editor is clearly not working well here. Select lines with a C command. No, that's comment and uncomment. I'm not sure what I want to use. Interesting. You have Windows. Oh, did I just do it by accident? Yeah, there you go. I was trying to delete. I ended up doing this instead. But I guess that works. Thread size is smaller than the list size. No. Pretty sure that's wrong. What I really want to do is print how much you've read. Tell me that. This is not the time to make typos, bro. I read 16. Okay, what about if I bring this back to 1,000? Since there's not 4 kilobytes worth of data here, it still says read 1,000. That's not right. Okay, it's reporting the wrong size. How do I create a new window? new split, scratch buffer, open, go to next window, close window, jump to left split. There, I did it. What was the command for? I forgot already. Quit, buffer, right, later, right, quit, theme, yank join, encoding, character info, reload. V-split is probably what I should have used instead of what I just used right now. But, yeah, I forgot the command for opening. Kernel, file, system, space F, thank you. Oh, space F. It's already too late for that. Virtio 9p PCI CPP. All right. List contents should be returning how much it actually What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Oh, I was gonna say that their contributing file has a clause about not using AI. And actually that's just my project. Why can I not scroll? Oh, you cannot scroll in this, right? I forgot about that. All right. So what I was trying to do before I tried to do Control-Z instinctively and close the entire damn thing. How the fuck does that happen, bro? They say Vim is hard to quit, but this is just insane. This is too easy to quit. List contents, okay. The size that it returns. Should come I don't have a way of tracking. Oh my god, okay. Ooh, this is such a pain in the ass. Translating between two very similar things, but that work completely different is just dumb. I've muted my PC in the process. I need a way to tell the system, hey, actually, I wasn't able to read. Like, there's still more information for you to read. And there's currently no way of doing that. Oh, but the way that it works... Yeah, never mind. The way that it works in... or that it should work, is that you try to read from... the file one time, and then you try to read a second time. Hey, Best Creeper. You can just type the file name to quickly find it. Okay. Thank God. That actually is something that I wish VS Codium had, and one of the main reasons I want to move out of it. Right, I'm not in text edit mode. Okay. I'm going to create another list pointer. This is obviously not how you would write this code, but VS Code doesn't really have this. It used to. I seem to not find a way to do it anymore. I'm not sure. I think it used to have it. Like, I'm sure about that. Okay, so I'm going to read from the file 2 times. And I'm expecting it the second time to not give me any information, right? Like searching for files? I don't think it has that. Open the command palette and search a file and ugh. You used to be able to do like on the left side. Wait, hold on, I have it open. Here, you used to be able to just like click on the file, go Control F, it would open a search bar here, and then you could search, which is simpler. But nah. Why not continue using VS Codium? AI, Microsoft. It's inconsistent in the way that it works. File management is a nightmare. At least the thing I have to say about the terminal ones, they force me to do file management myself. And at least then it's not so much of a nightmare. 1,000 and 1,000, that's wrong. Also, I want to make my own code editor at some point or another. Okay. No, what was it? Split? There was a command for it. vsplit. Space F, and now I want to go into virtio 9p pci.cpp. There we have it. Have you tried NeoVim? It will take a while to configure, but it's worth it. Yes. So I'm doing one editor per hour. NeoVim was the first one. This is the second one. NeoVim made it to the next round. In the first round, I'm not doing configuration. I'm just doing like the basic way that it works. See if I like it. And NeoVim made it. Control Alt F in VS Code. What? It's still there? What? This is idiotic. The results are idiotic, but I thought... I googled it yesterday and I couldn't find anything on it. Actually, I could find a PR of someone adding it in like 2022, but I remember it being there since before that, so... Good to know that feature is still there. Now, as to how it returns you the results without like filtering the list is stupid, but whatever. Okay, right now I'm working on refactoring my file system a little bit. Yeah, so this is wrong. It should be the size that you wrote is the right pointer minus the buffer, if I'm not mistaken. That should be the value of it. And that's how we know whether there is... Why are you not working? Hello? Motherfucker. Control E has a bit better one. Yeah, this is what I meant. Control E has it. Damn, VS Codium, just when I thought you were out, you made your way back in. Alright, we're gonna see if there's something better, because again, the file management in VS Codium is atrocious. But, congratulations, you made your way back in. I swear to God, I talked about it yesterday a bunch of other times, and I googled it, and I couldn't find anything on it. But okay. We're still checking out other file editors. So, okay, yeah, that works how I expected it to. Now, why are you stuck? Focus. It's minimal, but it has no LSP. I'm not interested. Also, the cursor in this, why does it look like that? It's hard to tell exactly where you're pointing. That's, you know, kind of defeats the purpose of a cursor. Kate Editor. I've heard of it. I think I downloaded it and then never tried it out. Read 1F, 1F. Why did you read 1F the second time around, though? You should have read 0. Also, yeah, this condition is wrong. Hey. I do like an LSP. I'm doing fine without one, but it is useful. Right now I'm doing very simple editing here. Okay, that's back to working. It's saying that it's read 1F and then 1F, which means that you're reading data from both of them? That ain't right. Redacted OS needs a code editor. That's what I'm planning on doing. That's why I'm looking into all of these. Okay, I just realized I made a mistake when I did the process thing. The way that this works is the first 4 bytes tell me how many files are in the data that I've requested. The way that I did it in the process thing doesn't tell me that. Right, so I request a little bit of data. It tells me there's 2 entries, 2 files in this directory that fit inside of the data that you've requested. In the process thing, it only does that one time, not multiple times. That's kind of a problem. So I need to do that. Default color scheme they chose is questionable. That's probably my favorite part about it. My most questionable thing about this one is the cursor. It not being just a thin little line kind of sucks. 123. Boy, oh boy, do I feel like there aren't 123 items inside of this directory. That's not right at all. Now contains 123 files. How can this directory possibly contain 123 files? The directory is this one. Ah, fuck's sake. You can configure the cursor to be a thin line. Alright, we're doing configuration in the next batch. I said default experience for the first round. Then I'm gonna configure them a little bit. This is the directory in question. It doesn't have 123 files. It has 2 plus current directory and previous directory, dot and dot. That's 4, not 123. What the fuck are you talking about? That's weird. Also, I don't think this to-do is gonna be valid anymore, so you can go. Thank you. I'm just gonna... God damn it. Can I... So I have it selected. Can I not? Seriously? I don't know how this works. Whatever. Can you tell me what those contents are? Like, that makes no sense. A 123 files. Then again, it's Linux, so God knows how much useless crap there is in there. I use Notepad as my code editor most of the time. You know, I was considering doing that. File user.read ... 0. Wait, hold on. This is the number of bytes. And then I'm also using it as a counter. Can I search? Z. No, that didn't search. No syntax highlighting. I would like some syntax highlighting. I like my code to look nice. Like, sure, could I do it? Sure. I'm doing a lot of that right now, but it's just not worth it. Same way that, can I write code without a freaking mouse? Yeah. Should I? No. Yeah, I don't understand how this works. I want Z, right? Oh, space S. Okay. No configured. No, wait, hold on. Space S. Not quite. Z is sometimes Y. What? No, that's yoink or yank. That. Global search. I don't want to do a global search. So global search is pointed out here. Replace, paste, yank. US keyboard versus EU keyboards. We have almost the same layout. Unless you're talking about like French keyboards and stuff. Symbol picker. S is symbol picker. I just want to do a simple code search. Oh, Qrt Z versus Qrt. Yeah, okay, that's true. Forgot that that's a thing. Anyway, a count is used here, and then here, and then assigned here. This should not be that. That was a mistake. That's why it says that it has 128 files. There's only the US on this planet? Yep, pretty much. Buffer now contains 0 files. Happened to that? Oh, wait, what used to be here? Okay, last time I tried undoing something, I ended up... That's not... Oh my god, this is so confusing. It is so confusing. Like, they have a million ways of typing commands. At least NeoVim has one. I want r read dir resp count here, and this to be 0. All right. You undid it the correct way then. No, that was NeoVim. In NeoVim, you're right about that. I'm talking about next time I pressed Control Z here, I exited out of the whole editor. Okay, now we're back. And now it only contains 4 files. I'm pretty sure this has actually led to bugs in the past where it listed a much bigger amount of files that there actually were because I was reporting this wrong. Oh my god. I didn't even realize. Okay. But every single time it claims that it is writing user.read ... terminal.read user.read ... 0 terminal.read. That's wrong. The second time you're writing, you're using the list size as an offset. Aren't you? Unless you're not. You're supposed to be. Yeah, in terms of liking it, I'm liking NeoVim more. While I like the default theme for this, $40.96. What? Oh no, yeah, okay, that's correct. I'm reading 4 kilobytes. Theme doesn't count. I like the theme more on this one, and I like the file picker, which I'm sure you can also probably get in NeoVim. I'm not sure. Actually, let me know if you can have a file picker, like you can here, this thing. Which apparently you can in Visual Studio Code, so that's cool. If you can have this in NeoVim, then NeoVim is winning above Helix. 100%. It is just going to win. But are you not counting the offset that I'm telling you? You are receiving it, right? Everything I've seen in this is literally just a plugin for NeoVim. Yeah, but pre-configured is nice. Well, let's face it. Especially if later on, like, I don't know, I want to wipe my entire computer and start over with a new distro. Which I actually consider doing. By the way. Offset 4096. Then why the fuck are you not giving me the offset correctly? Plus, I actually remember when there used to be a to-do here. Which, oh shit. It shows you this. It has breakpoints too. That's cool. Kind of is how I ended up on Arch. That's very likely to happen. That's not really. We'll see. I'm assuming NeoVim can also have Git things here. So that's another thing I saw was missing. This has more, but then it's really just confusing. It's just really not clear. See? I tried undoing and I just quit out of the whole thing. Why is that a thing? Damn it. That is so dumb. But anyway. Type FG to restore. God, the terminal is dumb. I did not know that. It's so cool, but dumb at the same time. It's like, why? I did not know you could do that. Now the response is not returning an offset. I think. It's a Linux thingy. They're all Linux thingies. It's always the same. Hey C program lover. I tried to run Discord and I gotta download the update and depackage and then I get a pop-up about system updates and then updating Discord is stupid. Seg stop terminal stop signal, which pauses the currently running process and puts it in the background. Okay. 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 Open Discord in your browser. Fair. Now, the way that it does updates is so stupid. There's an update every day. It's like 50 updates. Bro. Opening a second terminal was a big deal. Shocking, a holdover. I would have never seen this coming in Linux. Okay, why is the same data being returned every single time? When this used to work fine. Damn it. It includes count followed by data, yeah. Oh, it's this one, okay. Wait. Okay, this one. The offset and then the count. Tomorrow I'm doing the whole like cross-platform, and then I'm going to consider making my own text editor that can also work on everything. For that matter, the Ghost game will also become cross-platform if I do that, because I'm gonna do it in the game engine first. Well, I'm gonna do a standalone ArrayLib and SDL app, see how easy it is. Pick one, make it for my game engine, and then for the rest of the programs. So you'll be able to run them on both my operating system and Linux and Mac and Windows and Android and iOS and Unix and okay, not Unix. Blend 9. If only this worked. If only this worked. Smart fridge. Pirate software style, maybe. Also, if the platform supports it, like if ArrayLib supports it. Or SDL, whichever one I pick. Okay. So I am sending you an offset. Why are you not receiving it? Declare the struct name twice. I'm not sure. I just got used to doing it that way. I'm not doing it like that anymore, but at some point I was doing it like that. All right. There's an ad coming up. I haven't been able to find the issue why this was happening, but Helix did not make it. I'm sorry, but you are not moving to the next round. VS Codium somehow, without even being used, made its way back into the battle by having this, which I used to think it was only here, but actually it has this, which is cool. It still has issues with code, with file organization. That's kind of a pain in the ass, but VS Code comeback, VS Codium comeback was shocking, and yet it happened. All right, I'll be back in 3 minutes with, let's pick another one. Wait, someone suggested also Kate. I think we're gonna go with Zed though. Ooh, Emacs. Oh god damn it, I'm not moving out of the fucking terminal. I'm not moving out of the terminal. God damn it. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I have gone from coding on a Mac to coding on Emacs in the span of 24 hours. This is so tragic. Okay, let's get this over with. I mean, let's test this out. You have become what you hate. The way the universe has a way of laughing in your fucking face. Alright. I don't know why I thought it came pre-installed. Does it come pre-installed on Mac? I feel like it comes pre-installed on Mac. No. Did it at some point? I feel like it did. Okay. Just gonna get this over with. 272 megabytes. What? Is this actually... Bro, what is going on? This is from like GNU. What is this? What? Welcome letter to the Church of Emacs. At least as long as it's not one from the Church of Rust. Why is this taking so long for a terminal editor? Because it's 272 megabytes and it requires configuring a mail server, apparently. This is bad. I think Emacs is very bloated. You know what? Having never used it, I have a slight feeling you might be right. What do you know? Wait. I thought it was terminal editor, wasn't it? If display is not set, Emacs would run within a terminal. Oh, I see how it is. I thought you weren't supposed to use the mouse with Emacs. Don't fall for this dogmatic belief. Emacs has a lot of thoughtful mouse commands. There are no sandmen here, so feel free to use them as you see fit. Don't fall for this dogmatic belief is such a dogmatic belief thing to say. No. I'm actually downloading it just to see if it will be prompted for a mail server. That was so weird. Okay, so I'm not doing a code edit. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm not doing a terminal editor. I already hate it. First off, can I have... I don't think so. Can I have dark mode? That's part one. Do I have to do this? Oh, it already knows the directory because... Bro, this is just a terminal with extra steps. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Alright. Do we have any Emacs enjoyers in the chat? No email server prompt. That may be just something that was missing from my configuration on... I don't know. I just went no configuration and that was it. Any Emacs evangelists in the chat? Any anyone who can defend this ugly ass fucking thing? Text editor with a built-in terminal emulator that runs in the terminal, but it's not. Amazing. Any mail config? Why would there be mail config? That makes no sense. What in the malware that I just installed? Mr. Zozing. Is he? MX invert face red default stack exchange. What's that for? Bro, I'm gonna just start typing shit here. I don't know what's going on. I didn't know he used Emacs. I thought it was a NeoVim type thing. You Google how to dark mode. Yeah, I figured. It's just like, what do you do with that? What do we do with that information? Can I also do... No, I'm straight up in edit mode now. Oh shit, look at me. I'm straight up gone into like full code editor in the terminology here. I would love... Hold on. There's probably a way to do it here. Customize Emacs. Custom themes. Alright, we've done it. We've done it. Let me pick one, at least. Hey, not bad. Cute, but no. Anything that's not... could be. Anything that's not just plain white or plain black is good. I don't understand why light mode needs to be like destroying your retinas. That's why I always go with... No, hold on. Okay, no config. But come on, dark mode. Okay, let's put a mouse 1 is on the what the actual bro. If I hadn't forced myself to stay within the editor for 1 hour. Yeah, we're gonna let it slide. If it even saved. Oh, saved for future sessions. Okay. I don't know why it said that it was undefined. Okay, what about the file that I had opened? Much better, much better. Theme is obsolete. Okay, I want to quit you. What in the name of fuck am I doing? What just happened? Yeah, so we don't have any Emacs enjoyers in the chat, clearly. I kind of understand why. This is so confusing. It's just doing things that I'm not asking it to do. Also, what are these colors? Holy shit. I know that I said I was making an exception just so I could have dark mode, but I picked the wrong theme here. Okay, so first off, I'm making sure that I am sending the offset to 9p. And sadly, I don't have it configured to give me back any oh, this is the Emacs terminal. This is the one I want. I don't have it configured to give me back the where is this happening? What just happened? Who the? I don't have the system configured to show me debug information. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to get... Oh, wait, maybe I can. I can do trace. Trace help. When installing an OS, the first thing is switches to gray mode and asks for preference. That... I'm gonna do that. I'm stealing your idea. Yeah, why did I do this when 9p? Alloc, connect, disconnect. No, that's not it. P9. Nothing. VertIO 9p. Seriously? Damn it, 9p doesn't have traces. No, I remember doing traces when it wasn't working for me. VertFS, was that it? VFS? No. It was something like that. V9 FS. That should be it. Okay. So, sorry. Wrong text editor right there. Oh, what? What is going on? Why? Anyway. Trace events. Okay, so I write in here. V9FS. Underscore. Arrow key. How do I save? This is read, this is write, this is new file. Okay, save. There's a big ass button that says save. I was just expecting like a floppy disk type thing. Okay. So that should now have a trace file. That's empty. It's empty. There's always a little bit of messing with trace configuration in QEMU before I can get it to work properly. Reread from disk? Yes, there we go. Okay. QEMU is kind of held together by duct tape. Not about to pretend it isn't. Okay, where's read there? Wait, there's an error? Oh no, the error is a different one. Okay. Read dir tag 4 ID offset 0 max count 4096. Okay, returns 119, return value 130. Walk open read offset 4096. So you're getting the offset and then you're ignoring it. Return tag 7 ID 40 FID doesn't matter, count 119. So it's sending me back exactly the same amount of bytes. You're not supposed to do that. You're kind of ignoring the offset that I gave you. Unless... Motherfucker, hold on. Unless I'm specifically supposed to send 119 as the offset. No, that's stupid. Why does it work like this, bro? Okay, read, get attribute. This editor is the worst one so far. Emacs, you would be getting disqualified immediately if I wasn't trying to be nice right now. What can I possibly say about that? No, what I wanted to do, I do like that it has this built in, but like, why? And then when I go outside of here, it switches to here. Then when I go in here, it goes, it's so weird. I have to constantly switch between these two windows, and then it opens here. Exactly the quality I expect from GNU. Yeah, fair. Alright, when you put it like that, it makes a lot more sense. Okay, what was it? 119 as the list size. That's stupid, but no, both times. Bro, what the fuck is this? I have 40 more minutes. Can we just do something during these 40 minutes that isn't using Emacs, for the love of God? Also, it has its own version of the files. It asks you. It changed on disk. Do you want to reload it? What, bro, what? Okay. You read a directory with offset 0, max count 119. It returns back 119. Next time I'm reading a directory, I read with offset 119, max count 119. It returns back 119. How are you doing that, and why are you doing that? What happened to the offset? VS Codium, I need you back. I'm gonna at least use it just for the Git capabilities. You know, that's the only reason I'm using it. Don't worry about it. Also, this split window thing, it's just as bad as the Emacs one, or probably worse because it just makes no sense. Another reason why I want to get rid of it. Yeah, before I was using data offset. With NVim, you closed Codium, right? If I end up switching to NeoVim, I swear to God, I'm quitting programming. I'm just gonna do music full time. It used to work when I was doing this. But then again, I was reading the value of the offset here. Maybe it changes. Zed will pull him back into the world of GUI editors. Oh, most likely. Anything will pull me back to the world of GUI editors. Not this. This is technically a GUI editor, but this doesn't count. This is just evil. For the sake of evil. What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this? For real. Doom Emacs? What? What are we talking about exactly? What is Doom Emacs? Let's Google that for the next 37 minutes, yeah? No, it's still... Okay, no, hold on. Offset now at -1. That's not quite right. Should be you. Does this one... Okay, so it's a GUI editor and Control S doesn't fucking save. My God. Let's do a very slow Google search after I'm done with this about what is Doom Emacs. An Emacs framework for the stubborn Martian hacker. Interesting. Let's click this. Very well. Now, it is a story. Actually, no. Let's read the whole thing. Table of contents. No, okay. I'm just trying to run out the clock now. Is a configuration framework for GNU Emacs tailored for Emacs bankruptcy veterans who want less. What the fuck are you even talking about? Why is everything? Oh, everything is light mode because I haven't really used. Oh, I don't have Dark Reader. Is that the only reason that GitHub is dark mode? No, right? GitHub has native dark mode, right? Let's install this for the next 35 minutes. I should have allowed it in incognito as well, but okay, we're good. Has it? Oh, browser settings. I haven't updated that. There we go. Well, good to have the other thing installed as well. I am logged in. Startup and runtime performance are priorities. Close to metal. Opinionated but not stubborn. Your system, your rules. Next, Unix is a great idea. I'm not sure what any of that means. I'm just gonna quit this and go back to suffering here a little bit. Okay, genuinely not sure what's going on with the offset thing here. Or with the terminal. It is to Emacs what LazyVim is to NeoVim. See, the next step of NeoVim is to get LazyVim. The next step of Emacs is to uninstall it. I'm already decided. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look. Okay, I'm gonna technically wait until the hour is up, but like you're going red. I'm just warning you already. See, instinctively, I'm going to VS Codium already. Doom Emacs is that? Interesting. Okay, let me just hard code it a little bit. Just to see if this works. If it's bigger than 0, then use... Are you fucking serious? What is the point of a GUI editor if it doesn't work with the most basic commands? Paste. CY. Why? Why? Just skip Emacs, it's clearly very bad. Here it lists files. Without a config, Emacs sucks. Yeah, but that's just... Look, let's say that after... I'm enjoying this format of just checking out different code editors and whatnot, right? 1 per hour, that's pretty cool. After that, what if I want to do 1 distro per stream? Obviously, I'm not going to do a distro per hour, but 1 distro per stream, checking out the major distros, and then see if I like those, and window managers, and all of these other like things that are important to an operating system, so that I can, you know, get a little bit of experience that is going to help me for designing my own, as well as picking a good way to work with the system until I can have mine be self-hosted. But if I do that, do I have to configure Emacs every single time? Because NeoVim had a few issues here and there. Helix had a few more issues here and there, but a lot of the things that Emacs had that NeoVim had issues with, this did already by default. Emacs is just not gonna happen. If I have to configure every single time, and I cannot handle the default experience, it's not worth it. Also, mind you, most people that don't know how to use it are not gonna learn how to configure it. Which is also like a criticism that I have against Linux. If I have to do a bunch of configuration to make it work like I expect other operating systems to work, then I don't want to bother. You can make something horrible good by config. Yeah, but no. Helix looked pretty good. I just feel like it's very similar to Emacs. Oh my god, I keep saying Emacs. To NeoVim. And for that matter, NeoVim just seems better. It already lost the competition, but honestly, compared to Emacs, it's still in a better place than it is. I'm actually gonna mark it as like yellow. Like if I need somehow to bring you back, I will. Emacs, you're not gonna get that treatment. All right. Weird ass shit going on with the 9p protocol, where the offset has to be this number. Instead of being... That's so weird. That's so weird. The offset has to be this number instead of being what I've already read, which is the actual offset. What the fuck is this? I'm so confused by what 9p is doing here. But with that, it then works like I expect it to. And I won't need to make any changes to the way that it does the file system stuff. Okay, kernel processes, Windows launcher. The fact that I have two windows and I'm using them for one file at a time. For OS development, plain Vim, Unix tools. In reality, it's gonna be my own editor eventually, but yeah. For the time being, I'm either sticking with VS Codium or switching to something that's genuinely feels better. Okay, now everything's gone. Directory opened and being read from. Offset 19, offset 0. Okay, cool. Buffer now contains 0 files. Buffer now contains 0 files. No one simply escapes the VS Code drug. I'm trying to. See, the cool thing about a custom operating system is you'll have to figure this out. You'll have to stop using the tools that you use if you want to use them in your operating system, or you're going to have to port them. But yeah. Okay, wait, 19 bytes. That's definitely not gonna be enough. How much should be enough? 0x19 could be enough. I just wanted to give me like enough for... No, still 0 files. Okay, you can do this. And see, like, one cool thing about the mouse is, yeah, the stream is gonna be stable now that I'm on Linux, I feel like. One cool thing about the mouse is if you don't know the commands for a new program, you just click on stuff and then you find them. And you can learn shortcuts. That's one of the advantages of the mouse. You know, for those programmers stuck in the 19... '60s, I think. 1960s. The mouse is useful and we should all use it. It's always nice. Obviously, you have to move between the keyboard and the mouse, But actually, when they made Plan 9, Plan 9 is surprisingly relies a lot on the mouse. Because they found that people claim that they work faster with the keyboard, but actually they work faster when they use the keyboard in conjunction with the mouse. Not sure how much that is still accurate, but it was accurate back then. That's the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure exactly when in the 90s, but yeah. Yeah, I went from having like almost 2 terabytes to less than 1 because I installed a bunch of games. Right before the stream, actually. Okay, and this is the launcher, loading the entries. And then I want to go into file system. Amazing. I don't know how to... But why would you make this a GUI if you then are not going to allow me to do any of the things that a normal GUI would, like resizing the windows? I hope it's this one. Somehow it was. Dark mode versus light mode and gray mode. So yeah, I might go with gray as a default for my... Well, my operating system is dark blue default. I don't know why I switched it to green, and then I just kept it. But yeah, gray as a default seems like a good in-between. Instead of just like blasting you with the white and then being like, oh, you want to go navigate through like a million menus and then you can change the the setting. Committing possibly the biggest sin. Copy. Paste. But this is just because this is a ridiculous editor. Come on, man. Control C, Control V. We're not in the terminal. Why are we using them in the terminal? Like we are in the terminal. Why are we acting like we're in a terminal? Read 0 bytes from 9p. 0? Oh, maybe, yeah, I genuinely sent so little data for the buffer that it just... Buffer contains one file. It found the first file, but not the second one. And the second one doesn't find anything, damn it. Okay, testing this is a bit of a pain in the ass, but at least I don't have to use Emacs all that much. I just have to change a number and save. The first time around, it's reading... Yeah, so the first time it's reading 3A, and the second time it's reading 0. God, I'm not sure how this protocol works. I feel like between the protocol pissing me off and okay, stream went down for a bit. Not entirely sure what happened there. Just making sure that we're back. Just gonna wave real quick. Yeah, we're back. Also, I feel like my camera looks better. Third. Are we back? We're back. Yeah, so what the hell is happening now? Entirely different computer. Different way to connect to the internet. Not sure what's happening anymore. It happened again. I genuinely don't understand why. Emacs mail server was hacked. Yeah, just okay, and we're back again. Seriously. This is so annoying. Just kind of lower the quality and see if that does anything, but I highly doubt it. And then system monitor. Just gonna have you help me out here. So everything looks fine on my end. Even speed-wise. But then it just kind of loses it. And I don't know. Okay. Might as well check if it's restreamed by any chance. It doesn't look like it is. This is so annoying. It's not my system resources. It's not Restream, it doesn't look like. And I'm back. Okay, this is lasting also a lot longer than it normally does. Oh, sorry, Amex, you're wasting your time. How sad. It usually doesn't last this long. Let me see if I can do something about it. Bring it back. Looks fine. Wait. Seems okay. There it goes again. No? Alright, are we good? Why is there rendering lag? Okay, let me see that I am still up. I want to say yes. This is just line at this point. All right. Jesus. Might genuinely just be an internet issue. But yes, save. Okay, everyone. No. 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 Oh. Someone in the same building operating a damaged microwave. What the fuck are they microwaving for 20 minutes? Alright. I'm going to try Discord real quick. I hope I removed anyone's talking permissions, but I just want to see if it works, you know? You know, if it goes. Okay, I think I'm back on this thing. Can someone in my Discord see if the stream on general is also going down at the same time? Because I cannot watch it myself. That's just gonna disconnect me. I guess that's probably the only solution. Though, okay. Alright, somebody did join. Okay, but right now it's working on my on both platforms, so it should be fine. But let's see if it works on fucking Discord. Hello everyone also. Right, I'll let you know when it goes down on the other platforms, and we can see if it goes down here too. Please go down again. This is the first time and only time I'm only gonna want you to go down, because if it doesn't, this is just gonna be a waste of time. Alright. It's okay. Yeah, I think I probably should have actually done something. Alright, we're back. And did it go down at all? I feel like it would have disconnected, like straight up disconnected if it had gone down at all. Also, somebody joined the wrong channel, I'm pretty sure. Can I open a GIF? Let me see, there should be some. Well, that kind of sucks. All right. Twitch being optimized so much it drops frames. Let me just drop the quality, I guess. Oh, now you won't let me? Okay, there. Can you handle that? It's OBS just shitting the bed. Missing frames due to rendering lag. And then I don't know what it's even doing. Let me look at my settings here real quick. It's down again. Except it doesn't look down to me. But it's down again. Maybe reboot the computer. The problem with that is that it stops the stream on YouTube and then there's another one, but yeah.